seen any samvit. And samvit means what? Antakarana vritti with chit pratibimba, chaitanya pratibimba, is experienced irrespective of the fact whether it is correct or erroneous. Any antakarana vritti you that comes or crops up in your mind, you are invariably experiencing it with features of the antakarana. Accepted? It is not dependent on whether what you experience is correct or wrong. This is the principle. Any samvit, erroneous or correct, is, now you should know what is samvit, is experienced. Now, an erroneous samvit is experienced or not? Yes. But if you want to know the correct aspect, is it not that it should get presented in terms of correct samvit? If you have experienced a piece of silver in the place of shell, which is wrong, you should, to correct it, you should find that out, you should experience a piece of shell in the place of this, then it was correct samvit. Means your earlier erroneous samvit gets corrected. I am a samsari, undergoing the samsaras, that is what experience in terms of sukha, dukkha, etc. Is it samvit or not? It is like your hunger. It's something we can, if you want this, you can use the word subjectively experienced, not objectively perceived. You know the difference now? Not objectively perceived, as you say a form. But hunger is something subjectively experienced. Now, that hunger, if it is to be appeased, what type of experience you should have? An experience where hunger is no longer there, it is appeased. Otherwise, your hunger problem is not solved. Likewise, samsara is experienced subjectively, samvit. If Shruti says, if Upanishad declare that your Sarupa, Atma Sarupa, is free from samsara, without experiencing, will you be able to know it? Without experiencing appeasing of the hunger, can you say my hunger is what? Appeased. Can you know that way? So therefore, corollary of this is what? Samsara. If I, Atma, is free from samsara, there must be a corresponding samvit experience. And in that corresponding experience, what cannot be there? Anything which gives you the experience samsara should not be there. Experiences of samsara are presented through what? Medium vrittis corresponding to upadhis. And these upadhis are like our, come on, give me one word from 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Dukkha Sayoga. Connection to upadhis which give us the Dukkha Sayoga. And what Bhagavan expects us to do? Viyoga. Viyoga. Is it not? So, if Your experience is in terms of dukkha sanyoga with the upadhis, antakarana vritti. Is there viyoga? Can you experience you are free from samsara? I am samsari. This wrong notion can go only when, what happens? My subjective experience is that I am free from samsara, sorrow. It needs to be experienced, free from upadhi, connections, etc. What is it now? Where can you get it? Antakarana, where vrittis are not there. What is that state? Nirvikalpa samadhi. Nirvikalpa samadhi, free from laya, vikshepa, kashaya, rasasvadana. I will come in detail in the third chapter. Wait for me. But I have to hint it here. So that is there. So that is where you can. Is it experiential or not? Somebody asked me, no. Jnana without experience. Unless you are aware of that, you don't know that you are free from that. Maybe for a while. It may be for a while to begin with. Afterwards, if you want Jivan Mukti, work for it. If you don't want Jivan Mukti, Videya Mukti will be there. Until that, get thappads. Okay? Thappads means what? Those are samsara. Those are samsara. But what is the assured? Videya provided. Nirupadhika Atma Shodhitatvam Pada. He directly experienced samadhi even for a while. Like our Arctic region, seeing at least for a while the sun free from the clouds, or seeing a crystal free from the red hibiscus flower for a while. Again it may be together, but it doesn't, you have the knowledge. This we have seen. Now let us see what few more statements of Vasishtha taught to whom? Rama. Rama means you have to be very careful. Very humble Shishya Pakka. Every day he used to go to ashram and invite during Viryogashtha, invite and stay with all paraphernalia, etc. But don't think he is going to swallow all what he says. You know, we have got a proof. In the Aranyavasa at Chitrakuta, Bharata with all came there to persuade Rama to take back to Ayodhya. Even Vasishtha, such a great Muni, was moved. He could not bear the separation from who? So all argued and tried to convince. Didn't work. Vasishtha thought, I am a guru. Let me play my trump card now. Not US trump, okay? Let me play now trump card. He said, and what he said, because guru, no? He said, guru. He said, Rama, look. When your father said that he promised Kaikeyi, etc., he was under the sway of karma. But that he should not take seriously. Know what Rama said? Can you slap on the face? It is better not to have gurus. It is better not to have gurus than such one. Vasishtha knew. What did Vasishtha supporting that? He knew it. He thought it will work. That is what Rama. And he himself went in samadhi, experienced or not. And to what extent? Not ordinary extent. See what is that? There is no return was there actually. Vishwamitra is in the panicky. Vasishtha, do something. Say, I want him for my work. Vashishta knew. The Rama, this is not the time to go to Samadhi, etc. There are certain things to be done. If you have Rama is available there, he is not aware, nothing is not there. He tried. Then because Vashishta was there, he used the yogic method and through Sukh Sharira went in and tickled his Sukh Sharira. Sukh Sharira, Rama to bring him out. How many can do that? First you go to Samadhi after you say how to be out and do that. See, at least that should, common sense must be there. Atma Jnana needs what? Atma Anubhava. Without that it is not possible. Now he says, look, Rama, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana has to be harmonized like this. Has to be synchronized like this. How is that? There must be uniformity between the Acharya taught and what the Shishya understood with what Shishya directly experienced. Uniformity between what is taught, what is understood, and in accordance with that, what is experienced. Then only that knowledge is complete. Is Anubhava is there or not? I hope sage Vashishta knew Vedanta. Or was it a lip service, lip Vedantin? See that? He says in Nirvana Uttarardha 203:21 Yatha maya upadishtosi yatha pashyasi shasrata yatha anubhavasi shreshtham ekavakyam tatha kuru. I chanted in the tune so that some change is there. Some change is there. Yatha maya upadishtaha asi. As I have taught you, means teaching of the Acharya. Shasrataha yatha pashyasi. Based on the teaching of Shastra, how you see, means you have understood it. And yatha shreshtham anubhavasi. Shreshtham means here excellently, preeminently. So that is with the nishtha, steadfastness in Atma Jnana. Is shreshtham anubhavasi. So that means like that. Tatha ekavakyam kuru. Ekavakyam kuru means make it uniform, harmonize three into one. Otherwise, taught one thing, understood other thing, experienced third thing. Like many people's speeches, they begin with something, elaborate else, and conclude something else. That should be harmony. Now, next we can see Sapta Jnana Bhumikas. 7 stages of what? Jnana. In which first 3 stages are not really Jnana, the stages of Ajnana. In the 4th one, on the verge of Jnana. The real Jnana is 5th, 6th and 7th. That is that. What is the criterion? Criterion is the intensity of the Atma Anubhava, Brahma Anubhava, Brahma Sakshatkara. To what extent, to what degree this person is absorbed in the Swarupa. There are 3 levels. Everywhere Samadhi is necessary because that is the only one to get absorbed in the Swarupa. In the first level, that is on the fifth stage, the person gets absorbed in the Swarupa, goes to Samadhi, comes out of one's own, without being woken up, etc. As a prarabdha, he comes out. It is one stage. Same thing, further practice, he goes to a stage, gets absorbed in the Nirvika Samadhi. See, I'll say, this is not Andha Samadhi. Why? Viveka Pradnya Samadhi. Why? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is thoroughly done. So don't jump to Andha Samadhi and show your cleverness. Okay? That's what they do. And Samadhi has no relevance in Vedanta. Bhagavan Krishna speaks of it. Bhashyakara banks on it. And Dukkha Sanyoga Viyoga without Nirvika Samadhi, is it possible? Point out. Our entire experience is Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam Yoga, what is told, is it possible, ever possible without Nirvika Samadhi? What are you talking? And yoga is what? Chitta Vritti is this. You may take any means, that is a different thing. You could take Ashtanga Yoga or Chijjada Viveka, Drigdasha Viveka, but that state of Antakarana must be there. That is the only state wherein you can experience yourself free from all adhyasa. Though residual Antakarana will be there, it is like a mirror, it is not obstructing your experience of Swarupa. And without that you cannot, because Sabhas Antakarana is necessary. And if that samskaras of Antakarana are snapped off, then what will happen? Jiva, hitherto Jiva is not there. What are you talking? And Shastra itself says, as we have seen there in the Kathopadishad Bhashya, this is the avastha wherein Swarupa Pratishtaha Atma Anubhuyate. Swarupa Pratishta means what? Nirupadhika Atma is explained in this Bhashyakara very clearly mentioned. In the context of Tami Yogam Manyante, Yoga Prabhava Payo, after Panchavadishtante, etc. So therefore, these are there. So that is what it says here in Utpatti Prakarana 118 verse 15. Bhumi Shatka Chirabhyasa Vedasa. I didn't tell you about this. Fifth word. Sixth. In sixth, he comes out of Samadhi because of others' effort. Somebody wakes up. In seventh, no effort will work. Goodbye to the Upadhi. Only matter of few days. These three are there. Here, I am just taking the seventh one. Up to 6 stages of jnana by thorough practice. Bhumi Shatka Chirabhyasa. Bhumi is jnana bhumikas. By sufficiently long period of time. How long? Chirabhyasa. For a long time. How long? Depends on you. That's why Lord Krishna says Achira. Before long. Before long can take 3 births also. Or it can be 3 movements also. Depends on you, your disposition, antakarana, preparedness. Chirabhyasa. Vedasya anupalabhyataha. Experiences of dualities are not available. He is lost in the Swarupa, absorbed in the Swarupa. Padartha Bhavanamni. Its name is what? Padartha Abhava. Absence of Padartha means absence of everything that is adhyasta. Dhamni. Shashti. Sanjayate Gati. Shashti Sanjayate Gati. That is what? It is what for 6th Padartha. So that is aware because of somebody brings him out. Same thing further, see, goes to 7, wherein he goes absorbed so much, doesn't come out at all. Esha hi jivan mukteshu turyavastha iha vidyati. This is, actually it is Shashti, it should be Saptami, seventh stage, seventh stage, because it is Turiya stage. Some mistake must be there, that is the Shashti. Or after that there was one is there. No, in this itself is seventh one. Now he said this itself is Jivan Mukti Esha hi, this Bhumika stage, Jivan Mukteshu. Among the Jivan Muktas, it is called what? Turyavastha Vidyati. In this body, it is the Turyavastha, fourth state. Be careful with this word Turiya. Chaturtham manyante satma savidneya, that Turyatma is with respect to Avastha Traya. So here it is fifth, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remove the 3, take the 4th as the 1, 5th as the 2, 6th as the 3, and 4th as the 7. Turyavastha. You should know that. So that is Turyavastha Vidyati. And afterwards, Prarabdha is over, and he is not available even to say goodbye to you. This body drops off. Videha. Videha mukti vishaya turyatita matah param. Thereafterward, Videha mukti cannot be described. The state of turyatita, beyond the fourth. How fourth we already said, beyond the fourth. Matam. Now, some people, for reasons known to them only, there is no justification as such, they don't accept 7 stages of jnana. I have heard one directly through someone. Yoga Vasishta, this is not true, okay? Some people say so. Yoga Vasishta is a confusing book because it speaks of Sapta Jnana Bhumikas and Vedanta. See, Vedanta doesn't accept 7 Jnana Bhumikas. Who is Vedanta? Who told you Vedanta doesn't accept? See, personal views are superimposed on what? Vedanta. A guileless person who has a Shraddha in the personal statement, you say what? Vedanta doesn't accept the... Who told you? If you want, look here. Varahopadishad, Mahopadishad, Annapurnamashad, and more of that, Mundakopadishad. Speak of what? 7 jnanas. Mundakopadishad has not straight away said 7, but it refers to the Brahmavidam Varishtaha. Brahmavidam Varishtaha, he can be what? Only this, because this and some other Upanishad, this is for the 7th stage. There also they see. If you are determined to not to accept, then you can find a way out. What then? No. That Brahmavid, no, not Brahmajnani. Veda also means this. Brahma also means Veda. He is a Vedavid. I have heard this. He is the Shrestha among Vedavid. My dear sir, revise Mundakopadishad once again. Apara Vidya is what? Long back left behind. Paravidya start. There is no role for Apara Vidya. And there he says, Brahma Vedam Varishta. And to make it very clear, Shruti says, you know what Shruti says? Atma Kridaha, Atma Ratihi, Kriyavan, etc. Atma Krida, who is it? You know what Brahmanyani? Atma Ratihi, Brahmanyani. Kriyavan, what is Kriya? Not karma. Jnana, Vairagya, Jnana, etc. Not only that, in Yoga Vasishta, none other than Lord Shiva, while teaching 5th, 6th and 7th stages of Jnana Bhumikas to Vasishta, at one stage he goes in Samadhi. You are that context that God gets triggered off into his Swarupa. And do you know who are the disciples there? Not like other day, Tutka, Cheda, Putka. No, they were not there. So, Vasishta was the main thing, and Vasishta disciples. Actually, you know the story how it happened. So, Pradoshamaya, somewhere around 8 o'clock, in the valleys of what? Himalayas, pitch darkness, and Sandhya on this thing, they were all lost where in Samadhi. Because first Vasishta comes out of Samadhi. Suddenly he sees bright light. Right? He was surprised, what is this light? He looks. Then he finds Nandi. Making way. Who is that? Shiva, Parvati and all Ganas are coming. Said, hey, get up, get up, get up. These people were where? If we were, we would have slept. they were lost in Samadhi. Hey, get up! See who is coming here? And Shiva arrived. So, Kshema Kushala. He didn't ask, Bal Bache Thik. He didn't ask that. With the Adhisthana, etc., going on, etc. All your sadhanas going on. Oh Shiva, with your grace, your thing is there. Then Vasishta said, this is the right time to encash now. Who has come? Shiva to his doorsteps has come. Say, Bhagavan, if you don't mind, may I ask you a question? Can you tell me the highest mode of adoring the Paramatma Tattva? What is it? It is Dhyasa leading to Samadhi only. So there he what? Teaches. At one juncture, he himself gets lost where in the Samadhi. Who? Shiva. With that, Vasishta gets lost. With Vasishta, all Shishtas also get lost. After a Muhurta, they come out. Is what? Like Dakshinamurti did. Everyone has verified it. ये शब्द से होने वाला काम नहीं है. This is not a thing which the words only can describe. You have to directly say it. So that is what it is. So I hope Shiva was not Adipi Vedanti. Is it? See, I think there is a height to stupidity also, I believe, so in whatever. So that is how it is. This is, see, I don't know from where this context has come. So one more thing is that these are floating notions. These minor Upanishads are not authentic because they can't put up with them. They have concluded something and they expose their mistake. The source is not known of this notion. Perhaps it must be some PhD thesis during the British period. They are in the first thing they will try to fix the author, date, and such things when they are interested and guide. Who is the guide? Who doesn't know ABC of Indian culture? And that, and this student has to, because he has to have the degree, PhD. He has to, unless what is follows the guide says, he can't get it. See, in Dhruva Gita, Lord Bhagavan Vishnu uses the quotes Jabal Upanishad. Minor or not? Take 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Many minor Upanishads are there in that, indirectly are there as such. Vashishta, in Yoga Vashishta, not authentic. Some wrong notion just to justify their standard, but don't fall for such this propagandas. So therefore what has happened now? This is how, based on Yoga Vashishta also, Atma Jnana has to be what? Anubhavarudha. Anubhavarudha means Praptanubhava. Anubhava is the essential constituent of the knowledge. Simple. Without being aware of myself, free from sorrow, how can I say I am free from samsara? It is a lip service it will be. It will be a lip service as such. Or we have borrowed from somewhere. Now one more I would like to this from Yoga Vashishta only. In Upashama Prakarana, that is 5th, Sarga 70, verses 12, 26, 31, 32. If you consider this, I am not taking detail as such, just I am giving. 12th mantra says, not mantra, verse. It describes a state of mind which is called, you know what is that? Jagruti eva sushuptata. You understood? Jagruti eva. In the waking state itself is what? Sushuptata. Sleep. Is it possible? You are awake at the same time what? If that were the case, our busy businessmen and all these things, what would have done? They would have been working and at the same time sleep. So what is this? This is a technical term. Okay? We have to understand what is meant by this as per Vashishta. It is available for Venuho Shina Chetasam. With Chetas, mind has become Shina. What do you mean by Shina? Nashta. Those who have accomplished Manonasha. Manonasha is possible by Nirvikalpa Samadhi only. It is we have accomplished Manonasha. As a result is what is that? Mind is Chaitya Dashahina. Mind is totally free from Chaitya. What is Chaitya? Drishya. Drishyahina. That is what is called what? Jagrati eva sushupta. Someone tell me, this state of mind, is it not available for experience? Free from entire drishya prapancha? Then, Jnanis call such state of mind as Turyam. They call it as what? Turyam. What is Turya? You can take it as in Mandukya. Avasthatraya and free from them, Turiya. Vishva Tejasa Pradnyata are not there, Turiya. Or Yoga Bhumikas. That is 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. Turyamiti Ahu. They say, mean that sthirata, steadfastness of the absorption of the mind in there, and it is called, it gives them Mahananda. Mahananda is here, the Ananda experienced by Jivan Mukta. In that context. And then what happens? Finally, what happens is, this yogi's prarabdha is over. At that time, you know what it is? Jnani does, the technical words used there, he crosses Anananda and Mahananda. This is Anananda. Avasthatraya is called as Anananda. What is Avasthatraya? Waking, dream and sleep. Why it is called Ananda? No Ananda. Why it is called so? Really there cannot be Ananda. You may think they have got Ananda, but really it is not so. Mahananda, Jivan Mukta state. That's a God. What is that? Say, he gains Turiyati Tapada. A state beyond Turiya, what is called otherwise? Videha Mukti. Called as what? Videha Mukti. It is beyond description. Why earlier Jivan Mukti is available for description? Some connection with Upadhi available. Videha Mukti. Last trace of Upadhi also what? Gone. Suksha Sharira of that Jnani disintegrated. The river has merged in the ocean. Can you give name? Once the river merges in the ocean, what is that only? Ocean. Now this is what is the Yoga Vasishta has to say on this, that it has to be Atmanubhava has to be there, without which Atmajnana is not possible. Of course, what Gita, Bhashya, etc. we already seen. Now a few things, of late I am hearing few things. See, in Aitiri Upanishad, second Valli, Bhrigu Valli, a definition of Brahma is given. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This is a sample demonstrative definition, but not conclusive. What is conclusive? In conclusive definition must be in entirety. There is nothing remains to be expected. This Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Satya Avitatha, they never changes. Jnanam, Nepti, Swarup. Anantam, Tri Paricheda, Deshakala Vastu Parichedna Rahitam. It's fine so far. Then, there is Ananda Mimamasa is coming there. But our context is different thing. In Bhruguvalli, Bhrugu, Ruaivaruni goes to father, etc. And you know that. Or you are supposed to know. Why supposed to know? This is not a context to teach you the theory of Bhruguvalli, okay? But something we have heard about it. Bhrugu works on the keynote address given by father. Tapasa, Brahma, Vijidnyasasva, Satapo Tapyata, Satapasatva, Annam Brahme, Vachana, etc. And every time he comes to the father, this is Brahma, no? Father has kept a Gravapan record there. Tapasa, Brahma, Vijidnyasasva, Tapo Brahmeti, because what you have found is not correct. And he discovers Anando Brahme Divyajana, Ananda Deva, etc. He doesn't return to father. You know why? He's sure about it. He has no doubt about it. Now our thing is, context is, some say Anando Brahme Divyajana. This word Ananda doesn't mean Ananda happiness. It means Ananta Satyam Jnanam Anantam. That's a very surprising statement. The same word is Satyam. And some arguments are given. The question is, we have to find out the veracity of such statement. How will you do it? Let us start from Satyam Jnanamantam Brahma. Afterwards, Brahmandavalli gives a counting of happiness. An ideal emperor having one unit of what? Ananda. Now according to this Ananda must be what? Happiness or Ananta? Ananta. Then it says, what is that? 100 times of this. Te Shat. So what is that? Te Shatam Manusha Anandaha Saeko Manusha Gandharvanam Anandaha. 100 times the Manusha Ananda unit is the Manusha Gandharva's Ananda. If this Ananda were not happiness, Ananta, is there 100 times Ananta? I will have to send you to mathematics class to know what is meant by infinity. Infinity plus infinity is infinity. Infinity minus infinity is infinity. Infinity into infinity, infinity. 100 times infinity. Again successively 100 times infinity. It has to be what? And it goes to Prajapati, Hiranyagarbha, counting stops. Afterward there is no upadhis. They say, all these counted on the put together is only an infinite proportion of Brahmananda. Can you say that way? Now it is Ananda. That means in Brahmandavalli, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, this demonstrative sample definition gets one more nature of Brahma as what? Ananda. What has happened? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Anandam Brahma. That's all. Go a step ahead. In Brahma Sutra, there is Anandadhyadikarana. It is Anandadhyadikarana, Brahma Sutra 3:11 to 13, which speaks of Gunopasamhara. See, what is the Gunapasamvara? See, look, Brahma is described at different places. But all nature is not put, entire Swarupa is not told there. Certain facets are told. Brahma told everything one and the same. Then what you should do? You should collect these natures together. Something is, for example, Vijnanam Anandam Brahma. Pradharnika. Ananda word is used. Satyam Jnanavantam, Ananda word is not used. That also has to be brought. So therefore I say, so in the Anandadhikarana says, all these different nature of one and the same Neya Brahma described in different shakhas of the Veda have to be clubbed together. At the same time, a remark is passed. Not Priya Moda Pramoda. The Priya Moda Pramoda was subject to change depending on the Panchakosha's feature. Not there. At this, in this Adhikarana, at the conclusion, in Nyaya Nirnaya, you know the Nyaya Nirnaya? Anandagiri's Tika or Sutra Bhasha. He says, to give you a precise definition or precise idea about the nature of Brahma, minimum 5 features, 5 natures have to be clubbed together. What are they? He says, Satyatva, like Satyam Jnanam, Jnanatva, Jnana Swarupa, Anandatva, Ananda Swarupa, Atmatva, Pratyagatma, Pratyagatma, and he finally says, Purnatva, Anantatva. That is Satya, Jnana, Ananda, then the Pratyagatma and Purna Ananta. These 5 give at least minimum, as short as possible, the exact nature of Brahma is. Sarvajnatma Muni, in the Sankshepa Sharirika, he goes a step ahead. He gives a long list. You know what is that? Say Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta Swabhava, Satya, Sukshma, Sat, Vibhu, Advitiya, Ananda, Paramatma, Pratyak. So that there is no room for any ambiguity. This being the case. Now come on, tell me, Ananda is not Ananda, it is Ananta. But unfortunately, they land in a problem. But land in a problem, no? See, to tell me a relation between Ananda and Ananta. Same. Okay, give me what is meant by Ananda? Happiness. What is meant by Ananta? Limitless. Is happiness always limitless? No, Vishanda is not. It is not Santa. Ananta must always be Aparichinna Ananda. Why? Ananta Vastu is only one. What is it? Brahma. And Brahma. And how can it be Ananda? There is the both of contention. My dear sir, have you forgotten Chandogya Upanishad? Yo vai bhuma tat sukham alpe sukham nasti. What Chandogya says? Whatever bhuma, you know what is bhuma? Analpa, limitless. Sukham, alpe, limited, sukham nasti. Therefore what happened now? This Ananta must necessarily be Bhuma. Bhuma must necessarily be Aparichinna Ananda. Therefore, Ananda may not be Ananta Ananda. It is Santa Ananda, but Ananta must necessarily be what? Paramananda, Brahmananda. So do you know what will happen? No, this Paramananda one is Ananta is there, other Ananta, this Ananta will be limited. Two Anantas are there. Parichinna. So therefore, this is not a correct thing. See, you should be very careful about making such statements. No. In Brihadaranyaka, we come across, I'll just finish this one. In the third chapter, there are 9 Brahmanas are there. Not Brahman, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, sections of the chapter. There is Gargi Brahmana. It was a debate. Price, you know how much? 1,000 cow with so much of 100 and odd kg of gold and silver also, decked with all the gold. Yadnevalkya says, Janaka announced, among you who is the most exalted Brahmavid can take away. All scholars were there, including our Uddalaka Aruni, Chandogya Tattvamasi, fame was there. Gargi, not an ordinary lady, she was there. Nobody had the guts to do. Yadnevalkya got up. Oh, Samashrama! His disciple, drive away. Take away. And all flared up. Do you think that you are a Brahmajnani Shrestha? See, Yadnevalkya had a problem. If he is a Brahmajnani, there is no reason why he is superior to others. Brahmajnani is Brahma. Krishna superior, inferior, etc. At the same time, he has asked him to drive the cow. He has to say, I am not a Brahmajnani, but for the time being, I want cows. I want cows. He can't get away with that. Debate started one by one. Gargi stood. There is a 6th Brahman. And he started asking based on reasoning, cause-effect relationship. What the cause? She wanted to arrive at the ultimate cause of entire Jagat. Right? Yadnevalkya started answering. It came up to Brahmaloka, means the Panchamahabhutas which go into the constitution of the Brahmaloka, they came at her. He said, what is the cause of Brahmaloka? Gargi, be cautious. Don't ask Ati Prashna, because Yadnevalkya knows she is a Brahmajnani. What she thought was, she asked a question of Atindriya, which can be only the subject matter of the Vedas through reasoning, which cannot be. And had he would have caught her. How did you say? You have gone against the Snan. Don't ask Ati Prashna. Ati Prashna means a question which is beyond the range of reasoning. Look, because he knows she is not an ordinary lady herself. Thrice he said, Gargi, don't ask. Otherwise, your head will fall if I give you a curse. This is offense. Your head will fall. Gargi walked to her. And she was playing a trick. She kept her mouth. Then, that is what is that? See, te murdha vyapaptan vispashtam padeta. She kept quiet. Next, our Uddalaka Aruni said, he asked about his Antaryami. And he gave a rejoinder. Yadeval kya? If you don't know Antaryami and you have taken the cow, if I give you a curse, your head will fall. Yadeval kya? He answered it. So then Gargi got up. Asked the same question. Which one question? Earlier one, but not based on the Tarka, based on the Agama, Veda. Straight away, Akshara Brahman. Then a casualty took place. 9 Brahmana was Shakalya Brahmana, actual Brahmana, okay? By name Shakalya was a very audacious person. He had no Brahma Jnana. In spite of all debate, nothing must have entered also to him as well. He started asking something, one karma and upasana. Yajnavalkya got irritated. At the same time, he can't say because there is a debate. He has to answer. He asked up to this, and still he gave a hint, don't ask such questions, keep quiet, etc. He didn't do that. Then he said, look, Shakalya, these Kuru Panchala Brahmanas are making you as a what? What is that? Tongues, which hold a burning cinders. And I am burning you, you don't know. At least you should have taken a genuine heed to it. He said, yes, you are insulting Kuru Panchala Brahmanas, etc. Reply mine. He asked, and he said, come on, now I am asking a counter question. Having told, tell me, with that Upanishadaha Purushaha. With that Upanishadaha. If you don't give this answer, your head will fall. And he meant it. Actually, he had warned him elsewhere. Some that person, look, please don't behave like this. This is not the way of behaving, etc. Say, if you continue this, you will lose your head. Good means if you give the curse, because that much they have that power. Unfortunately, he could not answer. One casualty. So anyway, now this gives a lesson. These Brahmanas gave a lesson. Do you know what is that? A subject matter which is to be ascertained based on the Vedas should not be brought within the purview of Tarka. It should be handled by this. And a subject matter which is ascertained by Shruti only, you should not use the Tarka to dismiss it. You can use the Tarka to corroborate it and not to dismiss. Don't interfere because it is beyond the realm of the Tarka. So like this, Anando Brahma Vijana, by some arguments, etc., you can't say that. And Chandogya Shruti is very, very clear about it. One more thing, topic, next time I will take it, that some say, these are new things I am hearing, I am really surprised. Moksha is not freedom from Janma Marana transmigration. Moksha is not freedom from Janma. You see that? Next time you will see and wind up this. Wind up this topic of ascertaining Atma Dhyana needs Atma Anubhava. Already done it, madam, and proceed with our Mandukya Bhasha.